Hello and welcome, everybody. I am your humble host, Gavin the Kitty, and today is a day. It's just me today, but we might have some co-hosts joining at some point in time. Uh, we've got huge ass news. I am now affiliated on Twitch, so if you guys see ads during the stream, we will be I'll be making revenue from that, which is crazy. Thank you guys for your support. I've got a bar down there, so we'll be playing Undertale soon enough, and we'll also be playing Sonic Genesis next week, which is the Game Boy Advance terrible version for Sonic 1. I'll be getting all the emeralds on that, and trying my absolute hardest to not crack. So if you're watching this on YouTube later down the line, we're probably past that point, but that's all good, because that means you can follow me and check it out. So, for everybody who is watching, oh boy. So, hello, Sosmog. Hello, Karmic. Welcome, welcome. We've got 2 minutes before an ad begins. The way I'm going to run it is I'm going to just kind of stay quiet, and we'll let the ad play. I'll stop moving and everything else. For those watching on YouTube, all of these will be cut out. So, yes, it's more work on me. But, hey, it works! So, yes, we're gonna be playing, we're gonna be starting out with, Mega Man Dr.Wily's Revenge, which is the first Game Boy game. And it is a huge reminiscing part for me. Yep, got an ad. Yeah, I told you guys. I told you it was gonna happen. We'd get to this part, I told you guys we would get to this part someday. Someday there would be ads on my things, and I was not expecting today for ads to be the thing, but it's the thing. I also needed to do some other audio trickery stuff. There we go. Chat is not on screen? That's weird. Give me a second. How about now? Let's see here. Properties. Somebody talk in chat. Let's see if it pops up. Why isn't chat on screen? This is really weirding me out. There it is! Okay. My bad, guys. Sorry, Saucemog. My cat has put me on house arrest. I am going to put you guys on house arrest because you have to watch. You have to. It's demanded. Chat's not on screen. Bah. Yeah, there it is. At least now you're on screen. Let's just get right on into it. Karmic says the rabbit is putting on house arrest. So you got an ad starting soon. I get 3 snoozes throughout the stream, so if you guys are being real good. Okay, it's working now. Awesome, I'm glad it's working now. Yeah. So, I'm just gonna start on in. Thank you guys so much for your support. We've got retro achievements up as well, so hopefully those will pop up. Mega Man 2 may not work because we're using a remixed Mega Man 2 for this stuff, but yeah, we're going to be doing the DX/colorized versions of all of the Game Boy games for stream here. On my YouTube channel, I only did 5 DX, I believe, but we're going to be doing as much as I possibly can, because, of course, this week is going to be full of streams. We're going to be going all the way up through Friday. Friday is my birthday as well, so this was just kind of a good thing. First achievement up. We got 4 lives. Pre-roll ads are disabled. Ad in progress. We got 50 seconds on that. You skip Cutman? How do you skip Cutman? You have to beat him eventually. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. 30 seconds, guys. 30 seconds. Till you can't fight no more. That's what we're all about. So thank you, all of you. Thank you, all of you. This channel is officially now supported by viewers like you. Thank you. Even more than it already was. It means a heck of a lot that I'm able to run it out and you guys will sit here and watch it for me. It does. You guys are helping out way more than you guys realize. I really appreciate it. This is the first time I've ever gotten that. I have been waiting. What happened to Gavin Dragon 1? So I'll tell you what happened. It's some kid from the middle of nowhere who owns the tag of Gavin Dragon originally. Because they made all their accounts after I made mine. Kid's like way younger than me too, and doesn't use any of them. There's even somebody on YouTube who uses Gavin Dragon, and it's just, that's their name. That's their first and last name, and they've got that tag down. So there's somebody out there that does have it. On most sites where it'll let me, I try to steal that up. On sites where it won't, I add the number 2. There's actually some small bit of lore. I do a lot of artwork, right? Well, when I was a kid, there was a school game art contest. We had to draw video game stuff. And it was like an actual proper, like, you are judged by the local librarians, and they will judge your artwork. And I was like, I want to enter. I love video games. And, I entered and decided to draw some Spyro artwork. And I got 2nd place, and they didn't segregate any of the, you know, the roles of who fit where. So essentially, high schoolers weren't, exempt from going up against middle schoolers or elementary schoolers. I was in elementary and got 2nd place up against like 100 contestants. And ended up really happy about that. Because I was like, wow, if I could do this and get 2nd place, imagine what I can do later on. And, like, the grand prize was, like, $50. It was really tiny. But it just put a smile on my face. Because I was like, you know what? No, this is awesome. But yeah, no. I'm just very, very happy at the current moment. I'm very happy that we got that I've gotten to a point in my career of doing and making content where I can officially say, like, yeah, you guys are helping me do this. Oh yeah, the people that draw with their finger on their phone are crazy. They're nuts. We just got Rolling Cutter. So Mega Man for Game Boy, also known as the Rockman World series of games, over here we're mostly just called Mega Man, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nowadays we call them the Mega Man World series. This first one though has a subtitle on top of that, so it would be Mega Man World: Dr.Wily's Revenge. It is the only Game Boy game with a subtitle here in the US, as well as the only Mega Man game in the States to have a subtitle in the classic series, at least. 8 almost had it because they did, they almost used Metal Heroes as their subtitle. They just didn't end up using it, but yeah. Honestly, just kind of neat. I just love playing these games. Dr. Hawaii's Revenge. Dr. Hawaii's Revenge. Aw, kawaii! Whereas, Crash Bandicoot 4 is something else, chat. I'll have to go on a rant about that. It is a game. It is certainly a game. By the way, the reason we're not doing 3, 4, or 5 today is because that 3, 4, and 5 are all, like, later on in the series, and they have way more content to the point where they're basically an NES game. Borderline Super Nintendo in terms of the amount of content. Hey, Belrog! Welcome! Welcome to the chat. Glad to have you. Guess who got affiliated this morning and can now run ads? I did! The game of all time. Hey, Blade, how you doing? We got affiliate this morning, so I can finally run ads and get revenue. I'm very happy with myself. I'm very, very happy with myself. I can take donations now. I don't have to struggle and stress and be like, well, where is it, YouTube? Because YouTube, I'm still not there on YouTube, and you're still at work, but you'll be done soon. Sweet. Today I'm just doing Mega Man for some Mega Man games. This week I'm going all the way up through Friday. Friday's gonna be the birthday stream. Very, very interested to see how that goes, because since we hit our goal, we're playing Sonic 1 for Sonic Genesis for Game Boy Advance on Monday of next week. Next week I'm planning on doing like 5 days to see how it works. We're gonna basically try and go for as much as we can, guys. I'm very, very happy. I filled out all the paperwork today. It's just... I'm smiling from ear to ear. You guys can clearly see it in my VTuber model. Maybe someday it'll be a 3D model like I've always wanted it to be. Maybe one day I'll get around to making the 3D model. Who knows? But how's everyone in chat doing? How's their day going? Who's feeling like bagels? I'm feeling like bagels. I like bagels. Saucemog said, making fursuits for any cosplay, for that matter, seems like a nightmare because I used to do plushies and that was hard as heck. I totally understand doing plushies is difficult. Doing fursuits used to be super daunting. Like, it's not hard, it's just daunting. Like, doing cosplay in general, daunting as heck. Once you get in the weeds of it, though, really enjoyable and can even be super relaxing, if you allow it to be. Most of the time, though, it's just daunting, it's not actually that hard. And that's as somebody who has done, like, stupid amounts of fursuits. Last year we made... In 8 months, we've made, like, 80-something fursuit parts. I need to start adding to that because I've got 2 extended pieces that I made. One for myself, and then one for, Casey. And then I'm making one for my husband. And, yeah, no. For those who have access to my stuff, they can, for all of my stuff, they can actually see exactly what I made. We beat Electman! It's hot here? Oh yeah, it's hot. Okay, and Carmack says it's Dante. It's spicy! It's El Dante! Skewed Dante from Devil May Cry. Just sliding on screen. It'd be cool. So I should probably talk about the new bars beneath my head. We now actually have an emote. 2 emotes. They're pending approval at the current moment, but I built a Megaman.exe armor years ago. Yeah. Well, I've seen you in the Battle Network stuff. That was good. You only got Ryu? Well, sooner or later you'll get my stuff too. As soon as it pens. So here's what's up. Beneath me are the meters for what we do. If we hit 60... The minute we hit 60 followers, we are going to be streaming The Legend of Zelda 1. And, for every subsequent follower goal that we hit, we'll play a new Zelda game. Because Zelda games are nice and long and meaty, and, we'll change up and diversify my audience. I figure that's a perfect goal to reach, is Zelda. It originally said Sonic Genesis, but we hit that goal before I started streaming again, so now it says The Legend of Zelda. The bar beneath that is my bit goal. You guys can now donate bits to me, and when you donate bits, that goes to supporting my channel and supporting me as a creative. So if you want to support me, go ahead and donate bits and subscribe. Like, there will be something for reaching the goals on there, but I don't know about what yet. But it'll be cool. But the first emote that I submitted was the eggy emote, which I believe is for followers of my husband worshipping an egg, because surprise, egg. As a reference to another content creator that we really like watching called Dylan Hollis. And then the other emote is Goat Touch Grass, which is a old meme that I created for my YouTube channel, where it is my husband, Sona, on a tuft of grass, sitting like a dog, looking very grumpy, as a way to be like, go touch grass, because I liked that meme quite a bit. But yeah, once I beat a boss, usually Mega Man for Game Gear goes down, like, hard. The problem is Cutman hits kind of hard, so I need a full health bar. Honestly, the Game Boy games aren't too bad when you get used to them. I think the colorized hacks here are excellent. Go give them a shot. But yeah, chat. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm really happy with how things are progressing. Today's probably going to be like a... I don't know. I don't know how many hours we're going to go for, but... knowing me, we'll go for a good long while. I set up the Polymega and everything for today's stream. Casey helped me pick out, figure out the meters and stuff. There we go. Touching grass is overrated? Yeah, but if you don't have to touch it and the goat has to touch the grass, like, that's a vibe. You know what's actually really important? Not just touching grass, but enjoying touching grass. Yeah, no, oh man, hitting the goal for once and just being like, we did it, we hit a goal. I straight up was not expecting it to hit this quickly. I was straight up like, okay, we're gonna be here for like a month or two. But then you guys surprised me out of nowhere. To all the new followers, thank you. You support me doing what I do, which is a lot. All donos and stuff go towards paying off debts and stuff so I can buy the house as well, which just, you know, cherry on top. I'm just very happy about it. So, I don't think you're going to be feeling that way when you play Sonic GBA. Oh, I'm going to be just as happy. I promise you. I will try my best to smile. And when we do Sonic 1 tomorrow, it's going to be an awesome, awesome time. Awesome, awesome time, guys. There we go. I don't, Sauce Monk says, I love Lego Marvel and trying to 100% it. I do not have any of the Lego Marvel games, but I do have, the Lego Batman trilogy, the Lego Indiana Jones trilogy, and, the Lego Star Wars Complete Series. I've also got Lego DC Villains. And that game is really interesting because I picked it up at a time where I was struggling financially, mentally, and it just picked me up, and between that and watching The Flash on CW, I was just in a DC mood. And it ended up, like, really picking me up and making me feel okay. Alright, so in about a minute, we got the next ad running. So, I'll stop and pause so we can watch so you guys can watch the gameplay properly. In my commentary. Oh, we got these. These are fun. There's my little cheat for this first one. Use Ice Slasher. There's that. A lot of Chanky throwers here. I always call them like fireballs or hotheads. I just think hotheads is a better name for them. But we've made it to Fireman with 13 seconds left to spare. So let's see if we can beat it real quick while we're, we got 5 seconds left. Alright, ad should be running now, so. But we beat Fireman. People don't know about it because the marketing was just Joker. I know the market. Oh, man. Yeah, agreed. So, yeah, no, I completely agree that the ad was just Joker. Completely. But I think it was still a really cool game. And the little bit that I played was enough to, like, make me feel happy. Da 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 da. I said it was gonna happen. I knew it was gonna happen. I knew it was gonna be this way. Done. Done? It still says it has 7 seconds left for me. You guys are nuts. I love all of you guys. Thank you for supporting the channel. Remember, I know the ads are annoying, but they really do help the channel. Alright, so let's get into the story here for Dr. Wily's Revenge. So Dr. Wily is back again, has kidnapped 4 of the Robot Masters from Mega Man 1, and rebuilt the 4 of them that he built for Mega Man 2, and has found time to create a new entity known as the Mega Man Killer. When did Dr. Wily have time to make an underground lair? Well, we'll get to that. This Dr. Wily is probably one of the Dr. Wilys that was teleporting through time, thanks to the time skimmer in the Wily Wars. And this is just Mega Man catching up. The Mega Man Killer's creation and everything. How did he have time to make this plan so close after Mega Man 2? That's how. That's how. Because this game technically takes place after 2, but before 3. And then, after this game, Mega Man 3 happens. But this Mega Man that we're playing as is actually, the same one. You know, running through stuff. Like, it's the same Mega Man that's, hopping through time and whatnot. So it's 1, 2, this, 3, 2 for Game or Wily Wars, 2 for Game Boy. That is the order. That's the headcanon I place with. It's the one I see most people run with. If you've never, it gives me Rockman Upon a Star vibes. The Game Boy games in general, or just, I'm curious. I've been watching some of your videos. They're good. Thank you. I work really hard on them. Like, it's why I don't get out as very many of them. Is because I legit have to work super hard on all of them. Like, they overanalyze games to the point where they're crazy. The time travel. Yeah, it does. It does. But it's fitting. It's fitting that this is the only time the time travel really takes place outside of X-Over. And honestly, I just think it fits. I just think it fits the series. I've got an unhealthy obsession with weird time travel shenanigans in the Mega Man franchise. It just makes me happy. And the fact that it only happens here makes me even happier, because it's like, wow, they actually put the time and the effort and the care in to, like, make sure the time travel makes sense. They're perfect loops. They always come back on each other. The dimension hopping stuff, it makes perfect sense because the timelines have diverged that much. Like, multiverse shenanigans. It just fits. It works. I love it. I know, but it is actually called a time skimmer. He ripped it from the manual. I can't help his weird obsession. Oh, man. But yeah, chat, if there's anybody in chat who's never played a Mega Man game before, feel free to talk about it. I'm down to give you suggestions on good games to start. Honestly, I'm down to talk and answer questions about this franchise. I've been doing research into this stuff so long that I might as well be your local expert alongside Blade Cross. Although Blade's probably more of an expert on, like, Battle Network and Star Force than I am. Granted, I have played the Battle Network games, I think, a bit more recently than Blade has, because that's the last time we were talking on camera together. I remember you mentioning that, like, oh, I hadn't played that one in a while, I haven't played that one in a while, and I'm like, I played that one pretty recently. EXE, mostly. Yeah. You're the expert. You're the Battle Network Star Force expert, but I've played more of them recently, like, for Battle Network-wise, so, like, it's fresh in my head. Meanwhile, Classic through Legends, I'm pretty sure I can beat out just about everybody in my length and extensive knowledge on that nonsense. Also, here's a fun fact. Mega Man's, the Wily teleport system is a hologram. See, look. The logo's a hologram. You can see it on Mega Man's face. It's on the wrong layer. Okay. I'll agree. Yeah. Blade is chill. Blade is chill. If you ever get around to watching my, the Star Force video, Blade and Rio, they, between the two of them, total powerhouses in terms of, like, knowledge of this stuff. Alright. Hop back in here and fight Bubble Man. So we're still in the underground base. I need to read the Mr. Mega Man manga, because it's got a huge connection to the Game Boy games, with the Mega Man killers and Inker being, like, the main thing that sets off the plot. And we got the bubble lead. I know it looks like it says bubble lead, but I promise you it's bubble lead, as confirmed. It can be both, though, because the bubble does sink like lead, which is neat. I try. Well, you did a good job. You do an awesome job. I thank you to everybody so far who's come on and watched the stream and put up with the ads. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all the new followers and stuff. It makes me happy to just know that I might be able to support my husband a little bit more. Yeah, I called up one, I went into one of them, but I need to ask again at a different shop, because I kind of sort of don't want to go to that one all the way up in Polaris, because it's a bit out of the way. I go to Polaris quite often, and it's just like, it's nice, but man, the comic shop in the mall is a little weird, and the owners are a bit much, you know. One of those moments where it's like, I love the shop. Not really sure I like the people, because I haven't been in there enough to know them, and I'm, like, awkward asking stuff, so I'm like, I want to go to a closer shop. if I'm gonna pick up the comic. I am gonna pick up all the Mega Man comics, and I might even do reviews on them. Like, I really want to. I want to have like a full discussion on the nonsense of this, because it's all super cool. I just love Mega Man. Fun fact, you actually get more charges of the atomic fire here. Alright. Future collab, maybe? At least for the Sonic crossovers? Yeah! Yeah. Actually, honestly, Blade, if you want to start doing Sonic content, I'm your man. I'm down. I'm down to teach you guys the lore of Sonic. And my headcanon. My crazy headcanon. Which, no, it's not as dumb as Ken Pender's writing. I promise. It makes sense. It's not that dumb. It's dumb, but it ain't that dumb. Hopefully I can beat him before this. Oh, you're kidding me. I did it! Woo! Remember, we are doing 2 for Game Boy as well, chat, as well as Wily Tower. We might even do a second run of Wily Tower as well to showcase the NES Famicom style version. Although I haven't tested it out in a little bit, so we'll need some time. So this is the first Mega Man killer. This is Inker. This is his debut. He shows up in a couple more games, as well as the Mr. Mega Man manga that is coming out currently. There's 3 volumes of that, by the way, so that's gonna be cool when they all come out. And I'm sure he'll have a big part in the Udon comics whenever they drop. So, like, because the Mega Man fans, as Mega Man fans, we love the obscure characters. The cast of the games, any obscurity, we love it. I don't really know, most fans, if there is an obscure character, there is somebody who loves it. It's like, almost like watching, Sonic people talk about, you know, the Archie Comics characters, or, some of the more, like, Sonic Underground characters. It's like, they love those guys. Absolutely. They hold a special place. But so does, like, Punk and Inker from the Mega Man franchise. So does Quint. So does Rockman Shadow and the Dimensions. So do, Fan from Rockman Strategy. Like, yeah, we love our obscure characters. And, like, man, you can find fan art for every single character in the Mega Man franchise. Even anime-exclusive characters like, Slur and, Trill from, Mega Man NT Warrior. Like, you can find fan art for everything. Because fans love the obscure characters. We love Sniper Joe's. We love the Proto-Man's version of Joe. We love fan created characters. I have not known a series to love fan created content more than the Mega Man franchise and the Mega Man fan base as a whole. It actually makes me really happy because growing up I had, like, you know, when you're a kid who likes Sonic, you're gonna make a Sonic OC. Absolutely. That's how I entered the Furry fandom, was actually that I had a Sonic OC at first. Silly as heck, right? But here's the big thing about that, right? Sonic fans hate OCs. They like to make them, but they will lie to your face and say they don't have an OC. because they find it cringy and weird and they don't want to be made fun of for it. Which I understand, totally get it, but like, own up to it. Like, oh yeah, I had that at least once. Mega Man fans are like, I've got like whole lore pages on this stuff, and it's fun, and they connect to this other really obscure character that's actually canon. So like, look at this. I have not known a single Mega Man fan to not have at least something. Like, even I have my set of 8 Robot Masters in my headcanon lore bullshit. And that's just, I think it's because we've gotten so used to fan games doing that we just like, yeah, we love it. You guys made something? That's cool. I see them be more critical of, like, comic characters than I have them OC characters. Like, I've seen people get mad at, like, Quake Woman from the Archie comics, and I'm like, how can you get mad at Quake Woman? But that's a whole other can of worms. Slur is a very unfortunate name. I know, right? It's also great for making stupid jokes. Blade says, makes you wonder what Slur's localized name would have been. It probably would have been, like, Pitch or Shift. And they'd probably keep Trill's name Trill. Because, you know, it's a musical reference. They're both musical references, believe it or not. I can make that jump. I've got the rewind key. I'm gonna use it. Just call me out like that, Gavin. I'm totally not sitting on my own anti-Nebula team that teams up. I will call you out. I tried to make a fan game once. I still might, but I redesigned all of my Robot Masters last 2 years ago. So no, I totally understand. I know what it's like. I understand it. Listen, there's nothing to be ashamed of. If you're cringe, you're free. Just remember that. I may be cringe, but at least I am free. And that should always be the thing that sets you free, guys. Creating things is not cringe. Being cringe is actually, like, being a terrible person. That's cringe. Creating cool things that you think other people might enjoy, that ain't cringe. That's called being a human. That's called being a person. Never forget that. I've been called cringe so much in my life, it means nothing to me now. Kill not cringe, kill the part that cringes. Exactly! Alright, I got 30 seconds before the ad, so we'll probably stop. I'll probably stop moving the D-pad and stuff around. Oh, I did that perfectly in practice, too. Yeah, I actually practiced this one. I didn't practice any of the other ones, but I practiced this one. I practiced this one for funsies. Alright, the ad should be starting about now. Dude, you stayed up till 3 a.m. just thinking of a story? That's awesome! Write it. Write it down. Make it a real story. Pitch it to people. Take in the criticism that they give you. Change your writing and just have fun with it. Go for it. Do it. I will always encourage people to create stuff. I will never not, because it is the part of my life that I love so much, is the act of creation. I create content, I create fursuits, I just love creating stuff. If somebody out there is like, man, you should just create stuff with AI. Never. Never, never, never. Use it to get ideas, but don't go a step further. Atomic Fire, we'll get rid of that, and now we have an ad roll, so extra life, a little bit of health, pause. Thank you guys so much. If you're watching on YouTube, you should, like, follow my Twitch. Do it. Alright, we're back. Thank you guys again so much for watching the ad break all the way through. It means a ton. So, you love making art for the sake of making art, and you love making art for your fanfiction. Well, that's awesome. Every writer who has ever written has written a fanfiction. And if they say they haven't, they're lying. I promise you. I promise you that. My husband has written fanfiction. My roommates have written fanfiction. I have written fanfiction. If you haven't written fanfiction and you're a writer, you are lying. That is all. Oh, boy. You want Disney's Wish? Because that's how you get Disney's Wish. Is that? Is it, though? Is it, though? I like creating for the sake of creating, but I also happily adore making money on my creations. AI use, I mean. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's how you get Disney's Wish. Of not paying artists or writers or crediting anybody, and everything is owned by one dude at the top, and everybody else beneath them is actually the ones working on it. Disney's Wish is stupid. Don't be a Walt. This room's neat because you can just walk through it, but it looks really intimidating. At first glance, you're like, oh god, there's so many supercutters. Yeah, no, just walk. Oh, man. Quick boomerang. I'm gonna take the death. If you could work for any comic company, you'd work for Image Comics. I did work as an independent comic creator for less than a year. I did concept work for a Mario comic based on, that was the sequel to the movie, using a script from the original writers. That had been reworked and revisited a couple times. I enjoyed my work there, but I never got credited, and it always upset me. And I still have the art pieces with the dates on it. If you ever wonder why I'm big on like credits and stuff, that is why. Is because on top of that, I also once worked for a game development studio known as Namco as an intern, wherein my ideas were used for an advertisement, and I was not credited. I was paid, but not credited, and that upset me immensely. And I wasn't given royalties for the ad running either. I was just not at all, and it just upset me. It's actually part of the big reason why I stopped working on video games for a very long time. But this is the Mirror Buster. It'll reflect shots. It's a lot more useful in stuff like Mega Man 10. But it's pretty neat here. There's just not enough enemies that shoot after you get it. We just beat one for Game Boy, so I'll have to change the stuff down there at the bottom, at least the game title, to Mega Man 2 for Game Boy. And then, Wily Tower. So I'm awesome. I'm feeling good, guys. Thank you so much, everybody. That was a kind of a breeze. Every time I play, so when I played this game originally as a kid, I struggled so hard with this game to the point where I couldn't beat it once. Now, you know, I use rewinds and whatnot, but you can play this game on Nintendo Switch Online, and that has rewinds. So I don't see it as cheating because that is the feature that they have given it. And that is an official release. Go support the official release. It's on Nintendo Switch. Like, just go play it. And, I just gotta say, the colorized version here, it runs a little better, and it plays nice, but, man, oh man. One for Game Boy beat me a lot. It was the first game that I played from Mega Man that I owned. After I played 6 from my, so you're gonna hear the story again when I play Mega Man 6. When I first played Mega Man 6, I was in my uncle's basement with my dad and my little brother and my uncle and his daughters, my cousin. And we were hunting around through his old NES stuff because they were showing it off. And I found Mega Man 6, and I wanted to play it. And I played Nightman Stage, and it captivated me, and I was so interesting, and then I had to go, and man, I loved that experience so much that I tried looking for a copy of Mega Man 6 for a really long time. And I got it eventually, but the first thing I got first was Mega Man Dr. Wily's Revenge, and I still have that cart. And it beat me. I didn't beat it for years. For years and years and years. Honestly, it is such a good game. And thank you to my lovely husband and Casey for watching me beat this game yesterday as practice. This went a little better than practice did, which was nice. Saucewalk says they love crediting people. That's awesome to hear. It gives credit where it's due, or it gets the or it gets the hose again. I like that. I wish I could remember my first Mega Man experience. Oh, it's so that is so deeply ingrained. Wow. Yeah, no, like my first Mega Man experience was probably watching NT Warrior over Sonic X as a kid, but I didn't realize that that's what I was like. I watched an episode or two of NT Warrior when I was a kid because it was airing. It was 2003. Like, it was new. Doesn't mean that I was, like, aware of what I was watching. I was, like, 3 or 4 years old. Like, I was aware of what I was watching. I wanted to watch Power Rangers when I was a kid. I used to wake up and switch the channel over and watch SPD and Dino Thunder and Ninja Storm on Jetix at, like, ungodly hours because I was a child. My sister once saw me, around Christmas. She was home and saw me sitting on the floor. I'm like 4 years old, and I've got the TV remote in my hand. Nobody in the house knew that I knew how to work the TV remote. I learned what the symbols on the remote said, and I didn't know how to read yet, but I knew what the symbols on the remotes were. And I was like, this one does power, this one does volume. If I turn this down, nobody can hear it, and I can just watch cartoons. And I'd watch an episode or two of Power Rangers, and then I'd go back to my bed and sleep. My sister saw me once, went, oh. And I was like, don't tell Mom, I really like this show. And my sister was like, you're fine. I'm not gonna tell Mom. I've since told my mom this story. She does not believe me, but my sister is like, I remember that. Trust me, it happened every night on the dot. You'd watch Power Rangers at night. It's so goofy. Ah! Yeah, no, the first time I learned about, like, reading and stuff, I was, like, oh god, I was young, I was stupid, I did not want to learn how to read.